Hello everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing my 2018's top Oracle decks. So this is my top 10 Oracle decks plus one Lenormand deck. The Lenormand is in its own category because I have my own little subsection of Lenormand decks, and it's too tiny of a collection to warrant doing it like a video devoted to my top Lenormands when I only have one top Lenormand. So let's get started. Let's start with the Lenormand. Let's get that out of the way. So I started my Lenormand journey last year, or 2018, and it has been fun. Like, some people either like or love Lenormand or they don't. And I'm one of those people that actually, I love it. I love the type of readings that it offers. What got me comfortable with the idea of exploring Lenormand was my use of the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. That one felt to me very much like a Lenormand experience. And so then when I started playing around with that deck, I started feeling more comfortable to try out Lenormand. And so that's where I am with it. So I have a small collection. I'm going to keep it small this time around with the Lenormand. My top Lenormand for 2018 is the Anna K's Lenormand. And it does not disappoint. There's the guidebook. I like that it opens flat. And Anna K includes nouns, phrases for the meanings to the card. For example, like the ring card, the activities that it relates to, the attributes for that card, as a person, as advice, as a time factor. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that with a guidebook. I think that it's like, wow. And she does have some, I'm pretty sure I thought I saw spreads, and she has 2 men and women, 2 lilies, and a wild card. And I actually am the person who keeps all of the cards in the deck, although I know there's strict traditionalists who, remove some of the extra cards. I don't remove the extra cards. So here's the backs. Yeah, I'm studying more on Lenormand, and I started in 2018 and will continue into 2019, deepening my relationship with this part of cartomancy. These birds. I actually enjoy using this deck a lot for readings for myself, and then I also use it to help me find lost items. So it's funny that I would use it in such a way, but it works. Maybe I'll do a video at some point about some of the items I've found. But I've used it for that purpose. Isn't that a gorgeous sun card? Oh my goodness. It's like the images just jump out. She does an excellent job with this deck. I don't have the Anna K Tarot or any other Anna K deck that this is the only one I have, and quite frankly, I'm like, I don't want to get anything else because I'd be afraid it'd disappoint me. I just love what she's done with this deck. Oh my goodness, look at the snake card. So anyway, so that one for 2018's top Lenormand in my book. Now we can move on to the Oracle decks. All right, I am going to do some honorable mentions like I did in my 2018's top tarot decks. The honorable mentions I'm going to say is the Doreen Virtue decks. I'm not going to pull them out because, she doesn't really want to continue on with that path, and I don't necessarily want to disrespect her in any way. I actually enjoy her decks. Looking at them now on my shelf, the Romance Angels oracle is great. I really enjoyed that deck in readings for myself and for others. It's an excellent reader. The Angels of Abundance oracle cards and the Butterfly oracle cards for life changes, as well as the life purpose ones, I'm always nervous about using, but they never disappoint, ever. But I'm always nervous because I'm like, what if it says the person should be a firefighter? I don't think that card is in there, but I feel like that might pop up. And then it's a person who like never wants to leave the house and would never dream of being a firefighter, you know, but that never happens. The readings are accurate, on point, and I'm just like, wow, I enjoy them immensely. So I'm doing an honorable mention for those decks. But yeah, love them to pieces. And I do sometimes talk about them in my monthly favorites videos. Let's see what else I have on my list here. Don't tell me I'm going to start needing readers here soon. Okay. Number 1. The Dear Heart Oracle. Now, this is more of a springtime and summertime deck for me, I found. At first, I was using it non-stop as my overall energies reader. It doesn't have a guide. It just has the keyword in the image, and it has a border, but I don't mind. I've worn it. I mean, you can see how worn the edges are. She has a first and a second edition. I had the first edition, and then I was able to get the second edition, and I combined them. And I don't mind if like 2 of the same cards come up, because that means that there's a dual way to look at the situation or look at that meaning, or there's or it's amplified energy, if that makes any sense. So here's wisdom. I'm getting all excited about using this deck again. Actually, I put it away for a while. I gave it a rest. I was using it like non-stop, and then I gave it a little break, because sometimes you need to give your decks a break. And now I have this system with my decks. I have a shelf that I put my working decks on. Those are the decks I'm pulling for. I am wanting to get some additional like safety kind of storage for some of my like special decks. Something fireproof and waterproof. It's like on my like must get list. I love the Inspired card. And I don't know why, like some decks work with my intuition more than others. Protection. But this one does. And I'm glad it doesn't have the guidebook. It doesn't need it. It's just like, you're just looking at the energies and seeing what's going on and seeing what comes up, what images come up in your mind at that point. Alright, so I'm going to keep going. I'm sure I've done videos with this lovely deck before, but that one is definitely a favorite of mine. Okay, number 2 is the Illuminated Earth. I got this maybe May or June 2018, and yeah, I love it. Here's the guidebook. It's a very good guidebook. I follow Claire. It's gotta get her last name here. Okay, Claire Mack. I should know that. Like, I do this to myself all the time. Like, what's her last name? Claire Mack. It actually runs as one name in my mind. But she has an awesome Instagram page. So I followed her on there, and I just knew I had to have her deck. So I pre-ordered it, and it came. And I pre-ordered it through Etsy. So I had a successful, you know, purchase process with that, with this lovely indie deck. I really resonate with indie and mass-produced alike, but There's something a little bit extra special about the indie decks. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. And I don't know why, again, it's like why certain art speaks to me more than others. All right. I could just keep showing you guys those images all day long, but we'd be here all day now, wouldn't we? I love Oracle. I actually have more Oracle decks than I do tarot by leaps and bounds, actually. I'm a lot more picky about my tarot decks now. Actually, I'm really anal and picky about my tarot decks now because I feel like I don't need as many to consult because they're like my main course. But my Oracle decks are like my, they can be my appetizer and they can be my dessert and they can also be part of the main course. So I have different uses for my Oracle decks. So, and I'm a card slinger. I like to have, sometimes I only want to throw a few cards in one deck, and sometimes I want multiple decks to talk to one another, like the orchestra. And I'm just kind of doing like this, you know. All right, enough of that. Okay, next up, number 3 is the White Rabbit Oracle decks. And I had to combine this because I combined the decks and I did not separate them. Sorry. So I combined the Oracle of Nightmares. So I'm kind of cheating a little because it's really 2 decks in one. And then the White Rabbit Oracle. And this is by Ariana Siegel. I ordered the decks through her Etsy store, but she does have a website. And here is the Oracle of Nightmares. You can see the backs. I want it more like much more complex. And you can see how I had edged. I'm pretty sure which deck did I edge? Oh, it was the Oracle of Nightmares. I edged that one in black, but I didn't on the White Rabbit Oracle. I will eventually. That's another Oracle of Nightmare. I wanted more a balance of shadow and light in my Oracle deck. Again, I use this as a part of the reading where I'm looking at the overarching energies in the beginning of a reading, like I used with the Dear Heart Oracle. And yeah, I really like this deck. And I like that I combined it. Secrets. I think there's a secrets one is in here as well in the White Rabbit. And I like if they happen to jump together. I'm like, oh, both of y'all are keeping secrets from one another. You know, something to that effect. So I use this quite a bit for readings for myself and readings for others. And yeah. Okay, let's see. Number 4, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. This is a Rockpool Publishing deck, and I like that they made this deck smaller than they typically do for their other cards, because to me sometimes it's a little much to have to shuffle larger decks. That's the guidebook. It's very reminiscent of a Hay House Oracle size, which I like. Here's the backs. It is glossy, but that's kind of a drawback, but they shuffle really well and they hold up nicely. I owned a couple of other Rockpool Publishing decks. Now I own just this one and Heal Yourself reading cards. I sold another deck. I think it was, oh, I can't even remember the name of it. Yeah, time's sake, I'll keep it pushing. But yeah, really love working with the Queen of the Moon Oracle for readings for myself, for others, and like the readings that I do, like the weekly readings. It's a beautiful reader, gorgeous artwork, great guidebook. I'm very impressed. Okie dokie. Number 5, the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. Where are you, my dear? Oh, okay, so I had to put it in a little pouch. I kept the guide book, although I made a copy of it because I didn't want to keep opening this and closing it and ripping it. So I made a copy for the guide. I need to actually recolor it black. As you can see, it's worn. I use this deck quite a bit. Here's the backs. As many of you know, the backs form like a puzzle piece that I never bothered with trying to put together because I just wanted to get straight to using this deck. This deck is the reason why I wanted to explore Lenormand more. So I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's the only deck that I own from this creator. Gosh, his name escapes me. But it's a great reader. I use it. You can use it like the tarot. Like, you know how I call it the main course kind of reading part of it, where you're consulting and getting some straight up predictive answers, or you can use it as like an oracle on top of, but I usually use it as the main course. And you guys probably know how much I love this reading, or this oracle deck. Okie dokie. Next up is the Work Your Light Oracle. This is by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Danielle Noel. I use this a lot in conjunction with my Moonchild Oracle. I think Hay House did an excellent job with this deck. Here's the guidebook. I wish they would have made the guidebook matte, but that's okay. The box itself is matte though. I love this deck. And I am so thankful it came, like that they came out when they did. Like, the Moonchild to me and this deck, The Work Your Life, really just speaks so beautifully with one another. And I bet you, I wonder how this deck works with the Star Child. I don't own the Star Child, so I don't know. But I know how it works with the Moonchild, and it's delightful. It just is like magic with the readings. This is another deck I just want to go to when I need a hug, and when I need to have some bigger life answers, or when I'm like trying to get to the bottom of something, like a feeling that I have inside. I consult this deck. Yeah, and this is a Hay House mass-produced deck. They did a fine job with it, I think. They actually had some big successes this year, in my opinion. Hay House. Okay, let's see. Next up is Oracle of Echoes. That is by our lovely Anna. It says Christina Tyrion. And again, I love me an independent deck. And I really enjoy her keywords. I enjoy her guidebook meanings for her cards. The artwork is just gorgeous. I love that it's borderless and it just has the keyword at the bottom. And between the images and the keywords, you have essentially everything you need to navigate in a reading. But, you know, the guidebook is there for you as well. And yeah, look at the backs. Just amazing. amazing. She did an excellent job. So that's the Oracle of Echoes. Okay, next up is the Power of Surrender cards by Judith Orliff, MD. A 52 card deck to transform your life by letting go. I use it for readings for myself and readings for others. Often, this deck is so worn. The gilding is worn. It doesn't have a guide book because there's writing on the card. It just is always on point. Has really good advice. It's a great deck. I loved it so much. I was using it in readings for my kids, and my oldest was like, he liked it a lot, so I got it for him for Christmas, and he's been using his copy. He really enjoys it. My husband also didn't mind this when I would have these on the mirror, on the shared mirror we have. If I was pulling cards for myself, I stopped doing like not daily draws or weekly draws. I now just have like an altar, and I have cards that go there, but it's not on a consistent basis like it was before when I was using this deck. Now it's just a deck for others. I love that. Surrender negative thinking. So that's a really good oracle deck that I consult often. Let's see. I'm getting there. Let's see. The next one is number 9, Healers of the Earth. I need to post the unboxing of this video of this deck. This is the little bag it came with. So I'm not going to go in depth because you're going to soon see an unboxing. That I love this deck. I've been using it non-stop since I got it. It's got silver gilding. It is independently produced, and the gilding seems to have held up nicely so far. And that's usually the difference between an independent shiny gilded versus a mass-produced. The independents usually last longer. Pleasant distraction, amusement, entertainment, and captivation. And on the backs, well, I don't want to give away too much because, like I said, I have a video coming out. I'm going to try to get out very soon so you can see why I like this deck so much. Sound healing. Basically, with the backs, it has like different suits that you can also use as a part of a reading as well. Good vibration. So there's multiple ways to use this deck. And Retrieve Soul. And I got it through the Etsy store. So it's also an independently produced deck. More to come on that deck because I did an unboxing video on that one. Okay. And then the final deck, or my top 2018 decks, is the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann Donnelly. I am so in love with this deck. I sometimes use it for readings for others, like for clients, if they were doing like a business type of reading, or like some sort of creators, kind of sacred creators reading, if you will. But mostly this is a deck that I consult for my own readings. Here's the guidebook, which is what makes this deck so special. It just, oh my goodness, high quality. Look at the matte gold. As you can see, it's starting to finally show a little bit of wear after much use. But this is what I consult when I need guidance on my new business and my, primarily my business and my projects that I'm pursuing. Oh, look, fall in love with your own story. I love that it's just very minimal, because the guidebook is where this deck sings, and just the craftsmanship of the deck itself. It's just gorgeous. And then here's the, oh, there's a card. Here's the inside. Yeah. This is a really nice deck. Bliss is worth creating. Look, from just a really special deck from a really special deck creator. And I think this deck, it may have been in my top last year, I can't remember, but it should have been, because I've been using it non-stop all year for readings for myself. So there you all have it. That is my 2018's top Oracle decks. Forgot what I was, oh, and then also my Lenormand. Can't forget the Lenormand, the top Lenormand. I am thinking about doing a video that will feature decks that I use primarily for myself, my Oracle decks that go on my altar. Many of those decks are not here on this table, because these are just my working oracles. That's a whole nother little section. So I will at some point soon do a video on those decks. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your top decks were for 2018. I would love to hear and watch your videos. Even if I can't comment right away, I eventually do comment. It just takes me a moment, and I do watch the videos too. So keep them coming. All right, guys, much love to you all. Happy New Year.